Have you ever wondered why you push people away? Even the ones you love, why you get anxious when life finally feels calm? These aren't personality flaws. They're the hidden traits of someone who has carried too much pain for too long. Maybe no one ever told you this, but the way you protect yourself today was shaped by the pain you survived yesterday. People like you don't break loudly, you adapt quietly. You build habits that look strange from the outside, but they once kept you alive. And the truth is, most of these habits aren't random at all. They're survival codes written into your nervous system. In this video, we're going to slow down, breathe, and walk through the 5 hidden traits people develop when they've suffered far more than they should have. And as you listen, you might realize something life-changing. You're not too much. You're not hard to love. You're simply someone who had to become strong in ways the world never saw. Trait 1, hyperindependence. There's a certain kind of strength that doesn't look heroic at all. It looks exhausting. People who have suffered too much often become fiercely, almost painfully independent. They say, "I'm fine, I've got it," even when their hands are shaking. They'll move heavy furniture alone, carry every grocery bag in one trip, and refuse help for things that clearly require 2 people. But here's the secret no one sees. Hyperindependence isn't confidence. It's fear dressed as competence. It usually starts in a childhood or relationship where asking for help led to disappointment, criticism, or punishment. Over time, the brain learns a dangerous lesson. Needing people is unsafe. Psychologists call this self-reliance trauma, where the nervous system treats vulnerability like a threat. That's why even gentle support feels uncomfortable, almost like stepping onto thin ice. And here's the saddest part. Hyper-independent people don't push others away because they don't care. They push them away because they're terrified of needing someone and being let down again. If this sounds familiar, the next trait may reveal even more about how you've been surviving. Trait 2, discomfort with small talk. People who have been through real, heavy pain often struggle with the lightest conversations. Small talk, weather, gossip, surface-level chit-chat, feels strangely difficult for them. Not because they're rude, and not because they think they're above anyone. It's because their mind has been rewired to focus on what actually matters. Think about it. If you've lived through chaos, betrayal, loneliness, or emotional neglect, why would talking about someone's new coffee machine feel meaningful? They sit quietly. At parties, drift to the corner in group conversations, or smile politely while feeling completely disconnected. But here's what people misunderstand. They don't hate conversation. They crave depth. Give them a real topic, something honest, your fears, your dreams, your heartbreak, and suddenly they're fully alive, fully present. Their soul leans in when the mask comes off. Researchers call this depth-seeking behavior, a common pattern in people who've survived emotional overwhelm. Their brain filters out anything that doesn't feel real or safe. And once you understand this, the next trait starts to make even more sense. Trait 3, observant empathy. There's a quiet kind of empathy that doesn't announce itself, it notices. People who have suffered too much often become experts at reading the room. They pick up on the tiny things others miss. A forced smile, the way someone's shoulders drop, the slight pause before saying, "I'm fine." They can sense tension before anyone speaks, and often feel responsible for soothing the atmosphere. You'll see them at gatherings drifting toward the one person who looks lonely, not to fix them, just so they don't sit alone in their silence. They understand that kind of silence too well. But here's the part most people never realize. They don't just see emotions. They absorb them. This kind of empathy is intense and often overwhelming. It comes from surviving situations where reading people correctly was necessary for safety. predicting moods, avoiding conflict, preventing emotional explosions. Studies suggest survivors often develop hyperactive mirror neurons, which makes them feel others' emotions almost as if they were their own. That's why they need so much alone time afterward, not to withdraw, but to empty everything they've soaked up. And once we look at how they cope, the next trait becomes surprisingly clear. Trait 4, dark humor. There's a type of laughter that doesn't come from joy, it comes from survival. People who have suffered too much often develop a dark or absurd sense of humor. They'll make a joke in a moment others think is too serious, or laugh at the sheer ridiculousness of a terrible situation. And it can confuse people who don't understand where that humor comes from. For survivors, dark humor isn't disrespect. It's release. It's breathing room in a world that once felt suffocating. They've learned that if you can laugh at something, even just a little, it loses some of its power over you. Think of the friend who cracks a joke at their own heartbreak, or the coworker who whispers something funny during a stressful moment, instantly making everyone exhale. But here's the truth underneath the laugh. They're not laughing because the pain is small. They're laughing because the pain was enormous. Neuroscience shows that humor activates the same brain regions that reduce fear and cortisol, meaning dark humor is literally a biological defense mechanism. And when that defense isn't enough, the next trait steps in and quietly takes over. Trait 5, low-level hypervigilance. People who've suffered too much rarely feel fully relaxed. Even when life is calm, their body acts like something is about to go wrong. This is low-level hypervigilance, a constant background, scanning for danger even when nothing seems threatening. They're the person who chooses the seat facing, the door at a restaurant, the one who analyzes a short text message and wonders, did I upset them? The one who feels uneasy when everything is going well, almost as if peace itself is suspicious. Hypervigilance isn't paranoia, it's conditioning. When you've lived through unpredictable pain, your nervous system learns to stay ready. But here's the part that quietly breaks the heart. Good moments stress them out more than bad ones. Because in their past, calm wasn't safety. Calm was the warning before the storm. Trauma researchers explain that the brain of a survivor often confuses familiar with safe. If chaos was familiar, peace feels foreign, and foreign feels dangerous. So they stay alert, not because they want to, but because their body hasn't realized the war is over. When you look at these 5 traits, the hyperindependence, the depth-seeking, the intense empathy, the dark humor, and the quiet hypervigilance, they might seem disconnected on the surface, but they all come from the same place, a heart that had to protect itself long before it was ready. None of these patterns mean you're broken. They mean you adapted, you survived. Moments no one else saw, and your mind built tools to keep you safe, even if those tools don't always make sense anymore. And maybe, for the first time, you're realizing that the way you move through the world has a story behind it. A story of strength, not failure. You don't have to fix everything at once. You don't have to stop being who you are. But you can start learning which traits came from pain and which parts of you are finally ready for peace. If any part of this video felt familiar, even just one trait, tell me in the comments which one spoke to you the most. Your story might be the reason someone else feels less alone tonight. And if you want more videos that help you understand your mind, your patterns, and your healing, subscribe and stay with me here. There's so much more we're going to uncover together, one honest conversation at a time.